you.
You bet.
We are taking now a live look at the athletic village in Tokyo for the Olympic Games.
Speaking of the games in Japan, the name Benjamin Azamati is by now probably one of the people in the Texas Panhandle who we are familiar with. The freshman sprinter out of West Texas A&M University burned up the track this year, but now he has the chance to be known worldwide by the end of the summer.
KMR Local 4's David Davis has more on his sprint to the Olympics.
Benjamin Azamati is a Ghana native and a freshman at West Texas A&M University who really burst onto the scene when he ran a 9.97 in the 100-meter dash, breaking the Ghana national record and the 38-year-old Division II record at the Texas Relays in Austin this last March that helped qualify him for the Olympics in a race that he is solely focused on heading into Tokyo.
Okay, so for the Olympics, I'm not going to run the 200. I opted out of it, and I'm going to run the 100 and the 4x100 really. Yeah, once I have just one individual race, I think I can focus on just that and then go in there and then execute perfectly.
So while Ben won't be running more than 100 meters at the Olympics, as he said, he still has the sprint relay to compete in, and he recently got to meet with his new teammates from Ghana.
With a team race, I think you have to build that kind of chemistry. You know, I was in Baltimore last weekend, where we had a team camp, and I went to meet my colleagues. We had about 10 days of practice for the relay, so you know we are just trying to build that kind of team chemistry.
And when it comes to his individual race, Azamati knows he has some stiff competition.
I think everyone is running pretty fast, and I mean, I just have to focus on my race, and then you know. Whatever plan that I have going into my race, I just have to stick to it and then go in there and then execute my race.
And despite already being one of the fastest men in the world, Azamati recognizes there is always room for improvement, so he and his coaches continue to try and improve his time.
We've done a couple of changes. My coach and I have sat down to look at my start, and then we are working on it, and I think everything is going on pretty well. So I think with that being achieved right now, I think I could do well in my 100 meters.
To some, it may seem a little odd to have such a prolific sprinter at WT, a Division II school, but to Azamati, he seems to love being in Canyon, Texas.
I always say that I've been able to set it in perfectly. The community has helped me a lot because I got in, and my teammates, my coaches, and everyone around helped me to settle in, because I don't get that kind of feeling where you would be walking and anybody will ask you how you doing, is everything fine. I mean, I feel like I'm appreciated, and the people have really welcomed me, and I'm able to focus and really run pretty well on the tracks.
And as far as what Azamati expects for himself in Tokyo, well, it's nothing less than his best.
Well, I'm looking at beating my personal best, so anything below 9.97, I'll take it.
In Canyon at West Texas A&M University, I'm David Davis, KMR Local 4 Sports.